Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Moggycraft Season 2, and last time we built the house that you see behind me and we worked on the nether hub. Now this is not the main nether hub, the main nether hub is all the way over in that direction, but to link up the main nether hub we decided to have tunnels that go through mountains. And I was like, okay, so maybe over here what we can have is an extra little bit with the street and the gardens and houses and all of that. And I'll build my house that leads to my nether hub in this place. And I would work on this one here as well that leads to the end. However, there is one little issue, and that is that the supplies I have are not that many. As you can see, I have a lot of chorus flower and chorus fruits because of the mini game that I built a while back, but you know, we probably need a lot of this, probably need some of these, maybe a couple of these. I know I can craft these, but at the same time I want these too. And it's just going to be a lot that I'm going to need. Now, riddle me this, Batman. Where do you think I can get most of that stuff? Well, obviously that would be in the end dimension. And we have gone through this portal many times. Let's see what's on the other side of this one. If, you know, I could make it into there. Oh, wait, I made it? Yes, very nice. Now, I know exactly where the end city is if we were to go through the other one. But the issue with that is that I think Sandy has taken it completely down. So we need to look for another one, and it looks like there is one over here. Now, the question is there going to be an elytra in the dragon head? Doesn't look like it. Based on that cobblestone slab right there, it has been looted. But that doesn't mean we can't go in. Wait. This is the exact place I was just talking about that Sunday already demolished. Well, apparently only slightly. But there should be another gateway in this direction. Yeah, that's where we came through the first time. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is... Well, I guess this might be enough. I mean, one end city, I don't imagine we need more. Now, one thing I will need to make sure of is that those shulkers stay alive. Those three, or at least two of them. Not because I have anything planned, but, you know, in case I want to do something in the future, it might be nice to... at least have those. This should hopefully be a good amount of resources. So let's take this into the nether and let's start building. So one thing we can already do is actually take down a part of this, because if we move it forward, then we definitely don't need this to be that far back. We can actually bring it in a little closer to this. Also, we won't have to deal with this ugly part of the mountain over here. So that's a nice way to get rid of this. So let's get things started with the outside of this little build, and I think what we'll have is something like this. Now, this does not really give me a good feeling because it really makes it an even amount, which I don't like, and I am not sure if I can push this back. I can probably push it back by one. Yeah, I'll do that. So what we'll have is this over here. Then this becomes the middle. So we can have this, or we can simply not have that there. And we have like a bigger entrance, because I'm pretty sure that's also what we are going to need, of course. Yep, let's just quickly remove this and push it back by one block. Okay, so now we are left with this, and we do need to put in a little bit of moss over here, And then we need to scaffold upwards so we can start building this one up. Now you're probably thinking that this is going to look like just like the other houses, only built out of this stuff. Well, not exactly, because I do have ideas that I want to include in this build. Other than the bigger entrance, of course, we do want to design this to look somewhat reasonable. And sure, I guess maybe I'll put this upside down. Sure. And then let's bring out the first change, which is going to be the end rods, of course. Followed by... no, let's not put them over there. And of course, we will add some banners. Okay, I mean, it's not looking ugly, it's just looking out of place? Yeah, let's go with that word. It's definitely not ugly. It seems like today is really not my day when it comes to building, and if you are wondering, yes, this one and the previous episode where we built that one over there were done in the same day, so it's probably just not my day today when it comes to building, but let's give this a try. So what I want to have is these large pillars, and then with the purple slabs, I think what we'll do is go around here, similar to the tower I have at spawn. Let's see. Okay, already looking better. Now I will have to do this around the top as well. So if I just put half slabs across the top over here and I remove the second one, I would say it looks... yeah, okay. Little weird. What if I make this also full blocks pretty much? Then we will have to change out this little bit over here, I think. I think it looks good. Maybe add like 2 more banners over there, and we do still have the end rods as well. Just not exactly sure where to put those for the time being. Okay, let's put the end rods behind the glass and then the black concrete in this place. Let's see. Let's get every block and... yeah, still need to put in the banners in place. I am getting so sick of these guys. Yeah, you know what? Considering the other houses are going to look very basic, this one is definitely going to stand out, and you know exactly where it's gonna go. With that being said, we need a path to the end portal. No, let's actually keep this over here. Let's remove this. Thankfully it didn't fall into the lava. Break these blocks because they are going to need to be replaced. This one over here. Okay. And slap, slap. Let's get the blocks. Okay, this one here, this one there. Block here, block there, block there. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. In this here shulker box we can find a lot of items that we can use for the roofs. And of course the windows, and I already have some doors over here. What I want to do is just quickly grab a couple of these. Turn them into spruce slabs. I don't know how many we're gonna need, but we can actually count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are going to need 16 slabs, so this should be enough. And the reason we need these is because we need doors. And there we go. I want to put it on those. Just because, of course, even though there's gonna be black concrete behind these, I mean, at least this has got a good look. And that's what we are going to do with each of these houses. In the middle, we are just going to have the door with a spruce slab underneath it. Now that was the last door, and as you can see, they are already starting to look a lot more like houses with simply just a door in place. And that means next up we need to do the roofs before we can actually do the windows, of course, because if I'm placing down a window in the wrong place, then it might as well not have been put there in the first place. So let's put a roof on this place, scaffold upwards. And let's see. So what we'll have is, if we start over here, wrong way around, over here, okay, then we make our way back here. We can go one more and upside down like this. Very good. Now let's do the same over here. And immediately I feel like something messed up. Yes, something did mess up. Because this is supposed to be one block lower. And that is done. So we can go down. Let's check. Yep, it's definitely colors that you don't see often together like this. But I'm pretty sure it's going to look better as soon as like everything else is in. We can even put windows in right now, so let's just grab some glass. Now we will have to get back on the scaffolding. But one over here, here, here. Let's see. Now, ideally we would have one over here as well, which, I mean, we could do. You don't really see much of it, but simply knowing it's there, yeah. Looks good. Okay, now I would say that house is done and we can move on to the rest. Just a very quick update. As you can see, the houses are built up. They actually look like houses now, isn't that neat? Yeah, the houses are built up. Yes, on this side, yeah. I have it on this side, but I just quickly wanted to show you all these beautiful houses over here, and you know, I'm proud. Can I show off when I'm proud, please? Someone appreciate? Yes, okay, thank you. As you can see, the windows are still pretty see-through. I mean, that's how windows work, but ideally we wouldn't be seeing the entire nether through them. And the doors over here, they still are a little bit of a death trap. Now, I will have to make sure that this is a little safer, because of course, because we haven't completed this tunnel yet, if you would want to go to the mesa, desert, or, well, here's the thing. I did record this bit. It's just that for some reason I never included it in the episode and I lost a clip of it. But there's a raceway here. So if we just fall down into here, yeah, there's a raceway. Built by Billy. And for some reason I never included the footage. But if you would want to go here, you know, it's still not exactly possible with the nether hub at the moment. So we need a good way to get over here, and for now, while we could have this little bit over here, which I am going to leave to Billy, by the way, because it's his project, so it would be rude of me to interfere with that. But for now, the way to get there is through this door. So what I'll probably do is just quickly put up a sign there, just so that people who do want to go are not extremely lost. So after finishing the houses, I have put in the skybox, which, well, we call it the skybox because it's literally just black concrete in the shape of a box around the entire thing. And with this, it is now done. So we can get started on the smaller details of this lobby. And here you have the other houses on the opposite side of the street. And yeah, there is a little bit of scaffolding here. A little bit of a sus placement, if you ask me. But now we need to just terraform these mountains a little bit. And then we can get started on like greeneries that we want to put in over here on the grass. And of course, we cannot have like simple flowers like over here because things will be able to spawn. So we need to be a little bit more clever with it. Alright, that is this one done. Let's take a look at it, and I would say it looks pretty good. Now, one space where I haven't done mob proofing yet is on the top over here. But there we go. That should do it. Even though that's not exactly the mountain, you're not really going to notice those buttons. And even if you do, those are called pebbles, okay? Now before we go to the lawns, I think what we should do is work on a couple of street signs and lights. So let's hope that this is not too close to the mountain. I'll actually pull it back one more block. Okay. And let's put down a wall. Followed by, let's get a way up here. 1, 2, 3. This one. And let's put this on top of there. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Looks alright, okay. Now, if we put these over here, yes, okay, so that definitely doesn't connect. Very good. What we can do is get this one over here and just do things like this. So spawn. Whoops, those are, yep, those should be like this. Okay. There we go. There is stuff in that direction, so I'm just gonna say stuff. But for example here, what we can do is my name. Let's actually just do it like this. And booyah, okay. I think that definitely would look good. Over here, what we can do is also add the end. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Alright. And of course we could add signs over here as well if we wanted to. Let's just add them, but not write anything on them just yet. And next let's work on some street lights. So I'm not exactly sure where I want to put them. I think one on each side. Maybe this one can go over here. And the other one could go like over here maybe. A little bit close by, but also not too close I think. So that should be good. Now walls on both of them. Let's go up by 1, 2, 3. Wall. A redstone lamp. Followed by... I don't have it in my inventory. Followed by a daylight sensor that is going into night mode. And here we have it. It's very simple, but I think that is exactly what this area needs. So how do we feel about this? I personally feel very positive and think it looks really good. Now of course we do have some weird glowstone pieces still flying around here. But hopefully it should spread the grass soon. I'm not sure, maybe there's some grass missing in this area and that's why it's not spreading. So I'll just quickly put some in place here to speed up the process. With all of that, we can safely say that this part of the Nether is now completed and I am very happy with it. And ideally we would bring this further that direction. I currently just have it blocked off with black concrete, but we can eventually go on because, like I mentioned, things like the Mesa, Desert and Billy's Raceway are in that direction, so we do need to continue it. And as far as I know, not much has changed over here, if anything. I know that Sam was planning out her portal yesterday, and speaking of Sam, she decided to cheat, and that's why I'm going to show you the footage of last night right now.
I tried that with like the sea lanterns with the skulls. That is my usually like go-to for lighting.
Mm-hmm.
But like with the skulk around it and the deep state, it's just too obvious. Like you see it too much. Carpet doesn't really work well. I tried that as well.
Okay, well, just give it a moment.
Yeah. I tried soul lanterns, but then it was too much soul lanterns, you know what I mean? It's driving
Yeah,
me
okay.
mad. And then I found these little things and I was like, perfect. I need these, please.
Yeah, but it would be nice if there was like a legit way to get light blocks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, a way to make like lanterns invisible or something like that. That you maybe could place down a lantern and like with a book with a thingy for the item frames and you could make it invisible.
yeah, that would also be nice.
Yeah,
Um,
something like that.
Enable this one. Okay, so for this next part, I am going to need to go into creative. Um, let's see, where should we set up this shop, this custom shop? Clearly
I
somewhere at
would
spawn.
put it it's a spawn, yeah.
Yeah. I'll see if there's like a place in the thing. Not really. So let's see what areas we can repurpose for this. I
I
might
would
just
just
put
make
like
it a
a,
little stall,
yeah,
like
I
not
was
even like a
going to
big
say
thingy.
like Sandy has a little stall over here, so I might just put it like over here. Okay, so what do you think is a fair trade um for the light block?
Wait, give me a second. It's a normal lantern. I know I would say like 3 emeralds per lantern because it's something you can't get otherwise.
Well, I'm not thinking of emeralds, I'm thinking diamonds because I think diamonds are more valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, then I would say like 1 diamond per light block or two.
I'm actually going to make it a bit more expensive. I'm gonna make it a block of diamond for free light plus instead of what shall we do? Either glowstone or sea lanterns. Which one do you think? Because
For
I wanted
what?
to no, let's not do glowstone. Something that is a little bit more on the pricey side, I would say.
I'm confused what you're talking about.
For like the light source. So we're trading in one light source for another, basically.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Sea lanterns are pretty hard to get.
One,
Uh,
okay, let's say 3 sea lanterns and a block of
I
diamond for
mean, you
free
don't have
invisible
much
light.
options. The other thing you could go where could go for would be soul lanterns, but they are not that hard to get.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
especially if you
just
have like,
soul time.
uh, deep dark as your base. They basically spawn in chests like
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, of course. You can. I mean, I still had to craft more because there were not nearly enough for like to light up the whole city.
I'm actually going to add one more trait here, which I'm adding because we do have a data pack because of the paintings. Um, the problem is that even with that data pack, you're not able to get 4 specific paintings, so I'm just adding those as traits. Not even adding the
Okay.
diamonds, because I think this is, I don't understand why it's not in the game in the first place. Light I can somewhat understand, but these paintings, it's literally just random paintings. And here we have the creative villager, whose traits have actually updated, so now you can actually get specific levels of light. I've only decided to go for 5, 10 and 15 here, and of course the water, earth, fire, wind paintings, which for some reason are not in survival, but I feel like they should be. And the reason we have added these is because I feel like there should be some way to obtain the light in survival. Just, it currently doesn't have it, and it has been a while since I slept. As you can probably imagine, because in the Nether you can't really sleep. And this was episode 49, meaning that next time we see each other is... Well, technically next time we see each other will be the Five Nights at Freddy's Minecraft video, but next episode of Moggycraft will be episode 50, the 50 episode special. And in that one, I feel we should look back in time a little bit, but that's enough teasing for today. I've actually already told you guys what it's going to be in a different post of mine, but I've probably already deleted that post. Muhahaha. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then you know what to do, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!